truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us this set of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
A pleasant evening and thank you for joining us on Beetv Major News at 6, coming to you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital. I am Evelyn Izibili, and now to the news in details. As part of efforts to ensure standard in the education sector, the Special Advisor to the Edo State Governor on Education, Barrister Vincent Ose Akiri, led his team on an extensive monitoring exercise across primary and secondary schools in Benin City as students sit for their ongoing second-term examinations. Beetv News Favor Kolawole reports that the exercise is aimed at assessing compliance with examination guidelines, student conduct, and the overall learning environment.
The inspection tour, which cut across key public schools, saw the team visit Uwa Primary School for the visually, hearing, and developmentally impaired, Uvi Primary School, St. Maria Garoti, Arinze Primary School, Immanuel College, among others. At the various centers visited, Barrister Vincent Ose Akiri, Special Advisor to Governor Mondo Okpebholo on Education, expressed satisfaction with the orderly and hitch-free conduct of the second-term examinations. He noted the level of discipline exhibited by students and pupils and the commitment of school authorities to maintaining standard as commendable. Addressing students in classrooms, the Special Advisor commended their calmness and seriousness during the examination, urging them to remain focused and uphold integrity throughout the process. He encouraged them to see education as a vital tool for personal and societal development.
I want to thank your principal and teachers for the good work they are doing. I'm saying, particularly, I must thank the Universal Basic Education Board, Edo State, under the able leadership of Honorable Sonia Ibanaita. They have provided materials for this exam. I've looked at the question. They are standard questions. I think we have never had it so good in Edo State.
Barrister Vincent Ose Akiri further emphasized that the exercise reflects Edo State government's deliberate effort to strengthen monitoring and supervision within the education system. He reiterated that Governor Mondo Okpebholo remains committed to repositioning the sector through strategic interventions that enhance both teaching and learning outcomes. He noted that the smooth conduct of the academic activities across schools is a direct result of the governor's proactive policies, including regular supervision, improved provision of learning facilities, and continuous engagement with education stakeholders.
Nobody will tell you I cannot go to university because my parents are poor in Edo State. Okpebholo has solved that problem. All our students in universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education in Edo State are enjoying scholarship, money to pay their fees, buy their books, and even take care of themselves while in school. It will get in return very soon. Okpebholo from KG to university has a plan for you. Those of you that are very poor, for the poorest of the poorest homes, there is big hope for you on that level.
In a move to further promote academic excellence, Barrister Vincent Oseahele disclosed that relevant bodies such as the State Secondary Education Board, the State Universal Education Board, and other education agencies are set to organize inter-school academic competitions. According to him, the initiative is designed to reward brilliance, stimulate health competition, and encourage students to strive for excellence.
By the time the committee in charge of the talent hub visits your school, so that will emerge as winners, you will be given scholarship, fully paid scholarship, to either Iyamo University, I don't say University Iyamo, Abusale University, Use Polytechnic Use, College of Agriculture, Igoriaki, College of Education, Navy, Igwebe, School of Health, State Nursing School.
Students who spoke during the visit expressed appreciation to the Edo State government for its sustained investment in education. They acknowledged improvements in their learning environment and availability of instructional materials, noting that such support has positively impacted their academics performance and confidence.
Free education for every student.
The governor has provided free education, free teachers, and enough materials for writing examinations.
Principals and head teachers of the schools visited lauded Governor Beetv for prioritizing education, describing the administration's interventions as timely and impactful. They also commended Barrister Vincent Oseahele for his hands-on approach in ensuring that policies are effectively implemented at the grassroots level.
We're having a smoothless examination processes in the school as regards to the provision of question and answering booklets for all schools in Edo State. Actually, it is a dawning of a new day in the educational sector in Edo State.
We are very, very grateful, sir. Our honorable Ahere, we are very, very grateful. We appreciate you. Your love for education, your passion for education, we are very, very grateful. The man at the helm of affair, piloting everything, gingering everybody up. Our governor, Akpakomiza, the man that fears God. My own brother, let me use that word. He's there for us. Question papers are given to our students free of charge. They don't pay anything. And if you even see the quality of the paper, very, very unique. We are grateful for having him around for this time, this period of time. And I'm sure education will continue, and God will continue to give people at the helm of affairs wisdom.
The visit underscores the state government's commitment to maintaining standards and ensuring a conducive environment for effective teaching and learning across schools in Edo State. Best Orator reporting for Beetv News.
Hard drug abuse remains a major social and public health concern, particularly among young people. Residents say the misuse of dangerous substances damages mental health, weakens emotional stability, and can lead to long-term psychological problems. The report.
Hard drug abuse continues to negatively impact young people's health, behavior, and future, while also increasing social problems within communities. Residents emphasize that strong preventive measures, stricter control of illegal substances, and proper guidance for youth are essential in tackling the menace and building a safer society. Beyond individual harm, drug abuse has been linked to rising crime rates, insecurity, and general social disorder. Speaking to newsmen, a medical practitioner, Mr. Tega Terry, stressed that hard drugs are harmful to the human system due to their severe effects on the body and mind. He explained that drug abuse can lead to depression and impair clear thinking. He further highlighted paranoia as another dangerous effect, noting that these substances significantly disrupt brain function and psychological stability. According to him, avoiding hard drugs will help reduce mental health struggles among youths and promote a healthier society. Also commenting on the issue, an engineer, Mr. Festus Moses, noted that some youths deliberately engage in drug abuse despite being aware of its harmful consequences. He added that such actions often result in severe damage to their health and overall well-being.
Generally, it's not good for the body system because it leads to adverse, dangerous effects to the body. One of the effects is depression. When the person is depressed, they no longer think straight. They tend to partake in social vices that are not actually encouraging to the society.
We are taking it negatively and on purpose, maybe because of to make us feel high. Then it has an adverse effect on the health, because not everybody that take in these hard drugs, the blood will be able to contain or carry the person.
An IT professional, Mr. Inegbedion Charles, emphasized that the effects of hard drug abuse cannot be overemphasized. He stated that addressing the problem effectively requires tackling it at its source, including the supply and distribution of these substances.
The effect of hard drugs cannot be overemphasized, and for me, the way it can be stopped, we should go to the source and then leave just like a tree. You see a tree is bearing fruits, you are going after the fruits and you don't want that tree again. Why not just cut down the tree? So they know the source of where these hard drugs are coming from. So why not just take on that particular source? At least it will stop it from coming into the little shops and wherever they get the drugs from.
Hard drug abuse remains a serious issue affecting young people's health, behavior and future, while contributing to crime and social instability. Residents stress the need for stronger awareness and proper guidance to curb the problem and protect society. Evelyn Izibili reporting for Beetv News.
The Edo State government has inaugurated a special task force aimed at tackling counterfeit drugs and unwholesome processed foods in a renewed effort to safeguard public health. The inauguration ceremony held in Benin City brought together key government officials and stakeholders. Beetv News' Best Orator has details.
The Honorable Commissioner for Health, Edo State, Dr. Siri Adams Oshomole, who also serves as chairman of the task force, said the task force was set up to protect lives and curb the spread of fake drugs and unsafe food products, which pose serious risk to the people. He noted that the government, under Governor Monday Okpebholo, remains committed to safeguarding public health and charged members to carry out their duties with integrity, proper enforcement, and collaboration with relevant agencies, including NAFDA. He added that the rising cases of kidney and liver-related illnesses are alarming, stressing that it is no longer business as usual, as a mobile court will be set up to ensure that offenders are prosecuted and sent to correctional centers.
They undermine our healthcare system, erode public trust, and place innocent citizens, especially women and children, at grave risk. In Edo State, under the visionary leadership of His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebholo, we have made a firm commitment to protect the health and well-being of our citizens. This task force is a key instrument in fulfilling that mandate. Your role is clear: to identify, investigate, and eliminate counterfeit drugs and unsafe food products, to strengthen surveillance and enforcement across our communities, to collaborate with relevant agencies, including NAFDAC, law enforcement agencies, and local authorities, and most importantly, to act with courage, fairness, and integrity at all times.
Speaking on behalf of the Co-opted Committee members, Mr. Stephen David Ejegba said the responsibility placed on them is a serious one that directly affects the health and safety of the people. He noted that the presence of counterfeit drugs and unsafe food in the market poses a great danger, adding that the task force members are committed to working together with government agencies and other stakeholders to eliminate such products and promote a healthier society.
Our readiness to work with all stakeholders to make this initiative successful. With unity, commitment, and determination, we will make Edo State safer for all.
Also speaking, the special advisor to the Governor on Health, Dr. Andrew Iyamu, reaffirmed the commitment of the state government to the health and well-being of the people. He stated that authorities would take firm action against anyone found distributing or selling counterfeit drugs and unsafe food products. In his remarks, the Permanent Secretary of Edo State Ministry of Health, Dr. Paul Egemiero, highlighted the need to address the growing issue of chemically treated foods. He encouraged members of the task force to work with transparency and integrity, stressing the importance of protecting public health through safe food and drug practices.
Our environment has to be neat. I'm glad that market women are here, representative. You understand? Let them make our abattoirs clean. Our abattoirs should be neat, and they shouldn't use that That it contains what they call, is it polyethyl? Which is not good. Yeah, polyethyl. It's not, that polyethyl is not good at all. Even when you use microwave.
You are manufacturing cancer.
Yes, cancer. Even when you use plastic plates inside microwave, it gives you the same thing.
Other stakeholders at the event also expressed their support for the initiative and called for collective effort to ensure the success of the task force.
Once you are given an assignment, you mortgage your integrity. Integrity is demanded in this job.
Salute the courage of the Commissioner of Health, the SA on Health, and other members, and do the National Ministry of Health National that came up with this idea on trying to fight against these evil deeds. Because these persons who are doing this are fellow Nigerians like me and you.
We discovered that some of all these products have harmful chemicals, and some persons are not even aware. So we do a lot of work to sensitize the public about harmful products and chemicals, to look for it, proper management, proper labeling, and to ensure that throughout the life cycle of cosmetic products, cosmetic product is not just cream and soap, we have toothpaste.
The ministry believes that the fight against fake drugs is a collective responsibility. Beth Orator reporting for Beetv News.
The rising practice of constructing and occupying buildings in high-risk areas across Benin City is drawing widespread concern as more residents continue to erect houses and shops in locations considered unsafe, including flood-prone zones, drainage channels, and beneath high-tension power lines. Beetv News' Favor Kolawole reports.
This act, as explained by residents who spoke to Beetv News, involves the development or occupation of lands clearly designated as restricted due to the dangers they pose. In many instances, individuals either knowingly ignore urban planning regulations or proceed without obtaining the required approvals from relevant authorities before building. Findings indicate that some property developers deliberately bypass planning processes to cut costs to maximize available space, especially in densely populated areas. Others, however, are compelled by economic hardship as the rising cost of rent and land in safer, approved locations leave them with limited options but to settle in cheaper, high-risk environments. Equally concerning are structures built on the high-tension electricity lines where occupants are exposed to life-threatening hazards such as electrocution, fire outbreak, and long-term health risk. Despite clear safety regulations prohibiting such development, enforcement has remained inconsistent.
It's very, very bad, and I know they should be wise enough to know that it's dangerous to them. It's dangerous to them, so they should try as much as possible to avoid it in all areas, in all ramifications. Even the government preach about it. It's on television, it's on radio. So, and they are even seeing some that is happening. So that's supposed to tell them that this thing is bad. Like that of high tension is very, very bad. We will see the ones of flood every day. We will see floods every day. You know that area is a flooding area, you still go ahead to stay there, and at the end you now say flood, the house is destroyed, all your property is destroyed.
They are therefore calling on government agencies, particularly urban planning and environmental authorities, to take urgent and decisive steps to address the situation. This includes stricter enforcement of building codes, demolition of illegal structures in prohibited areas, and sustained public awareness campaigns to educate citizens on the dangers of unsafe building practices.
If there is a way, because if you want to go to history of those places, I believe those who are in charge of surveillance, who grant permission to people before they start building, If they go to that, maybe the story will be too long. So the solution and my suggestion to the government is that the best way the government should do, government should give maybe some months or weeks of notification to those who resident there, so that they can be able to find a place. If there's any way the government can give them the motivation, say, okay, we shall support you, you guys should leave this place so and so time. So from that to so time, get set, prepare yourself. We, the government, will support you with such things.
As Benin City continues to experience rapid urban expansion, residents stress that curbing this act of indiscriminate development is essential to prevent an avoidable disaster and ensuring a safer, more organized living environment. Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv News.
Growing security concerns are mounting among residents living in open compounds without fence, as the lack of proper barriers continue to expose homes to intrusion, thefts, and other safety risks. Beetv News' Daniel Shedrack reports that many houses, particularly in developing areas, are built without perimeter fences, leaving occupants vulnerable to night threats and criminal activities.
In many developing areas, several homes are constructed without fences, making it easy for intruders and strangers to gain access at any time of the day. This situation has heightened fear among residents, especially at night, when visibility is low and movement is harder to monitor. Cases of theft and unauthorized entry are more common in compounds without proper barriers, as individuals can move freely within such environments, making it difficult to identify residents from intruders. It is also noted that open compounds increase vulnerability to crimes such as burglary and trespassing, as fences often serve as the first line of defense by limiting unauthorized access. Speaking with Beetv News, a resident said it is not a legal requirement for houses to be fenced, attributing the situation to the harsh economic conditions and what he described as inadequate government response to insecurity. He added that in more developed countries, many houses are not fenced because security systems are effective, and he urged the government to be more proactive in addressing security challenges.
Insecurity in this country is really not caused by whether a house is fenced or not. In the civilized world, so many of the houses over there are not fenced, but their security architecture, they are all at alert. Therefore, as for me, the economic situation, the irresponsiveness of the government of our federation, the insincerity of the government of the day over fight against insecurity are the causes of the problems we are in Africa.
Another resident who spoke with Beetv News emphasized the role of moral values, stating that erecting fences alone may not solve the problem due to the high level of insecurity. He noted that determined criminals may still carry out their actions regardless of physical barriers.
Concerning the security and houses without fence, I would say, like the Bible says, that except the Lord watch over, like the watchman watches in vain. So I don't really think it's a question of fence. It's a question of people's moral values. Those people, they say don't put square pegs in round holes. They are solving the problem the wrong way. When somebody is desperate to take your property, even if your fence is as high as a skyscraper, you get it, they will still find a way.
A different respondent stated that landlords who can afford it should fence their homes to protect their properties from burglars. However, he pointed out that some individuals lack the financial capability to do so, stressing that prompt response from security agencies remains crucial in safeguarding residents in open compounds.
Yes, it should be. If you have the money, you can protect yourself, your property, your family members. But nevertheless, don't also forget that we have some poor people among us in the society. Those ones, they can't fence their houses. And apart from that, those people that even fence their house, those people that are even using bulletproof cars, they still end up being kidnapped. So, but if you have the money, you can fence your house.
As insecurity continues to grow, residents are calling on authorities to intensify awareness on the importance of securing homes, while also encouraging community cooperation to improve safety in open compounds. Timotokwe Oluwafemi reporting for Beetv News.
Residents have identified social media as one of the effective platforms for generating income, citing its growing role in creating multiple streams of revenue and expanding business opportunities. Beetv News' Kate Warido reports that digital connectivity continues to expand, redefining employment opportunities. The report.
Social media is increasingly becoming a viable platform for earning income. Speaking on this, residents explained that social media has transformed how individuals earn a living, enabling users to advertise products and services while reaching a global audience. They explained that content creation has become a viable career path, with individuals using various platforms to build personal brands and attract financial opportunities. Residents also highlighted that social media provides avenues for entrepreneurship, including digital services, online trading, and other internet-based ventures, allowing individuals to become self-employed.
Social media can reduce crimes in Nigeria. Most of the times you see that instead of running after one job or the other, trying to do things that doesn't even make sense or doing frauding and all that, you can go into social media. You have an opportunity to advertise your business. You have an opportunity to meet with people all over the world. Social media is a world thing. It's not a thing which you do in a secular place like a community. Instead of you being indoor, doing nothing, thinking of negative things, you can go into social media to boost off yourself, to even go for training that has to do with social media. There are a lot of things you go into social media for. You can go into data creation, you can go into website creation, you can also go into forest trading.
Other respondents pointed out that beyond income generation, social media enhances business visibility, making it easier for entrepreneurs to connect with clients across different parts of the world. They explained that it has improved employability as people seeking services can easily find and engage professionals online or recruit workers for remote roles. Respondents further emphasized that social media play a role in discouraging social vices, noting that the fear of public exposure and stigma often deters individuals from engaging in criminal activities.
By what I say about social media, it helps to boosting your business. It helps to increase the number of customers you want to have from different across the state, across the world. You can, through social media, you can upload your work or anything and you will receive a notification about, okay, come help me to do something like this. And it's also reduce the crimes.
While acknowledging its benefits, some residents emphasize the need for responsible usage to maximize its potential and avoid misuse. Kate Owaridowo reporting for Beetv News.
The police in Abuja have reportedly detained 4 suspects for allegedly using the name of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesu Wike, to defraud a military officer of 150 million naira. The Senior Special Assistant to the Minister on Public Communications and Social Media, Lere Olayinka, disclosed this in a statement in Abuja on Wednesday. Mr. Olayinka said that one of the suspects of number 3 Martin Elegoma Street, Nigerian Army Post Housing Estate, Phase 1, Kurudu, was arrested on Tuesday. He explained that the suspect was detained for allegedly defrauding one retired Major General, A.K. Ibrahim, and many others of over 150 million naira, supposedly for transaction on the land at Gozape 2nd Cadastral Zone, Abuja. He said the suspect lured the victims into believing that he worked with the FCT Minister and Director Land in the FCT administration. The spokesman said that the suspect dubiously collected over 150 million naira to deliver land documents to the victim in respect of plot 1985 at Gozape 2, measuring 3 hectares and other plots. Leaders of the All Progressive Congress APC in Nigeria's South-South region, including the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and governors from the zone have expressed confidence that the region will deliver the highest number of votes for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2027 general election among the country's 6 geopolitical zones. The report.
This position was made known during the party's South-South Zonal Congress held in Asaba, where Chief Victor Gadom was re-elected as the APC chairman for the region. The Congress venue was filled with delegates from the 6 South-South states alongside top party leaders, including the President of the Senate, governors, and lawmakers from across the region. Party leaders noted that the APC has made significant inroads in the state, but emphasized the need for greater unity to consolidate its gains and secure victory in future elections.
So the President said, I should particularly thank the South-South. It is not whether you are going to win in 2027, because you cannot be escorted by lions and you become afraid of goats. Will you be afraid of goats? This is the South-South now. So now we are complete and we are focused. The question then will be, what quantum of votes will the South-South give to the APC? So turn to somebody by your side, challenge the person. Say, we will be the highest among the 6 zones in Nigeria.
We must continue to deepen our unity, strengthen our structures in every ward, local government, and stay firmly connected to the grassroots.
The Congress adopted a consensus arrangement for the election of zonal officers, resulting in the emergence of a new executive council. According to party leaders, the task ahead is to further unite members and expand the party's influence across the region in preparation for the 2027 general elections.
That the President, as far as the South-South zone is concerned, need not be afraid, because we are together under the able leadership of the distinguished Senate President, who returned our President 100%.
Politics, as we all know, is a game of interests. Let our interests be the interests of the South-South. Protection of the interests of the South-South. Protection of the interests of the APC in the South-South. And God willing, in all elective positions, South-South APC will come out of us.
With the conclusion of the South-South Zonal Congress, attention now shifts to the forthcoming National Convention of the All Progressives Congress. Naomi Ewere reporting from Beetv News.
We'll take a short break and we'll be right back shortly. Please stay with us.
I have a case of fibroid. 2024, I noticed a lump on my tummy. I was feeling discomfort, so I went to the hospital to run a scan, and it discovered I had fibroid. I didn't believe, because I was like, how will I get it? Because I didn't have anything that would bring it about. So I went for another scan again at another lab, the same thing. So I just said, let the will of God be done. I just left it. Late last year, stroke this year, I said, okay, let me just show a little concern. But health, they say, is wet. I've been buying some of these foreign drugs. The last one I bought was about 100 plus. There was no impact on it. So a matron in my area, which I went to before for the surgery, called a big amount of money. I was afraid because I don't have the money. That's why I was substituting for the drugs. I think it was 300,000 or close to 400 then. So he was the one that still brought the awareness of this program to me. He said, this my girl, I'll be suffering for this thing. And let me tell her it's an opportunity. And when I got here, they checked me and I was fully ready for the surgery. I didn't even believe that the process would be this fast. I didn't believe it, but to God be the glory, I was among the beneficiaries of this year's program. I'm very grateful to God Almighty. God be the glory. Yesterday I came for the surgery and I was attended to about 4. When I entered the theater, when I look at time, it was around 3:40 something. But I didn't really know when I came out, because after I was there, we prayed. That was the things I could remember till they gave me the injection and I slept off. When I woke up, I was already here. I was really happy that God helped me. Everything went successful. And I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Fadia and his team. It's a great privilege to be among those to benefit from this year's program. I won't take it for granted, because if we were giving the money, I don't have the money to do it. But to God be the glory. Somebody stood as a helper for me this year. To God be the glory. The monster was taken out.
Special invitation. The Ewodage family of Uromi, Esa Northeast local government area of Edo State, announces with gratitude to God and total submission to his will the traditional burial ceremony of their beloved patron, late Mr. Sunday Ewodage. Until his death, he was a devoted husband, father, grandfather, brother, uncle, and respected elder whose life was marked by honor, wisdom, and service to his community. In accordance with the custom and traditions of the Uromi people, the family warmly invites relatives, friends, well-wishers, and the entire community to join them and indulge in traditional rites and celebrate the life of their patriarch, late Mr. Sunday Ewodage. Date 4th April 2026. Venue Amedoshan Primary School, Uromi, Esa Northeast local government area. Time 1 p.m. prompt. Daddy, we love you now and always. Continue to rest until we meet again and part no more. Signed, Honorable Kingsley Ewodage for the family. My people, make una come listen o. This na better new thing na im dey happen for PDP so. Una party, the party wey everybody like. The People's Democratic Party wan put old and new members for their register to know the correct members when dem get. Unlike before, this one na wetin dem dey call e-registration. E dey very simple, no wuru-wuru. See me, see you. Make una come join una party PDP wey don stand gidigba. No shaking at all. PDP don bounce back gbam. Na for all wards for Nigeria. Na this e-registration dey happen o. Make you visit our platform wey be pdpnigeria.org. Opportunity don come o. Make una join our big party, the PDP. PDP, power to the people. Na our oga kpatakpata Abdulrahman Mohammed, chairman PDP National Caretaker Working Committee, na he put hand for this message o.
Welcome back from that short break. The Tajundin Baroba faction of the National Union of Road Transport Workers has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to immediately direct the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, to arrest the alleged illegal occupants of the Union National Secretariat. Speaking through its counsel, the group urged the president to also seek the reinstatement of Mr. Barwa as the union president as affirmed by the Court of Appeal. At the news conference in Abuja, the council demanded a probe into the role of the Nigerian Army and other security agencies in the return of Musili Akinsaya's office. Recall that the faction of the union forcefully took over the National Secretariat on Monday, damaging and looting property in the process. The council called on the Nigerian Bar Association, the Nigerian Judicial Council, civil society groups, and all defenders of democracy to rise in support of the rule of law. He added that during interrogation, the suspects mentioned two others, both of the Urban and Regional Planning Department of Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCDA, as his accomplices.
Refused to act on judicial pronouncement suddenly materialized. Instead of arresting illegal occupants who has held the office in defiance of courts, the police arrested Comrade Ibikunle Barua, the man with the judgment. He was taken to court and charged with public disturbance. How can a man exercising his right to assume an office granted to him by a court of appeal, the last court in the land on industrial matter, be guilty of a public disturbance? This case is a litmus test of the president. This is the second time that I'll be addressing Nigerian press on behalf of my client, Comrade Tajudi Barua.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has dismissed claims of internal division within the People's Democratic Party, PDP, maintaining that the opposition party remains united as it prepares for its national convention. Mr. Ajayi, who spoke with journalists after inspecting ongoing and completed infrastructure projects across Abuja, said that disagreements among party members do not amount to factionalization. He noted that reconciliation efforts within the party will continue alongside preparations for the convention, stressing that both processes are not mutually exclusive.
Primaries will commence on 23rd of April to 30th of May. And so we don't have time. I don't know which kind you're talking about now. That's only one PDP. So it will be wrong for me to say the other camp. I don't know where any other camp exists. Maybe if you may be able to tell us so that we know. Naturally, there are some individuals that may not be happy. If you say so, Okay, yes, some individuals may not be evidence, but it's okay. Yes, Bible, but not fashion. There's only one TV now.
Women in Ogun State have expressed their support for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term in office, as well as Governor Dapo Abiondo's senatorial ambition. They made this known during a program organized to celebrate the 2026 International Women's Day at the Royal Pavilion in Ijebu-Ode. The reports. The women lauded President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's efforts in repositioning Nigeria and promoting inclusiveness through the appointment of women to various political offices. The program, organized by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development in the state, with the support of partner organizations, highlighted these achievements. Speaking at the event, the wife of the Ogun State Governor Bamidele Abiondo commended the efforts of the First Lady through the Renewed Hope Initiative and other programs that have positively impacted the lives of women across the country.
Let us leverage on the initiatives and social welfare mechanisms put in place at both state and federal levels to improve our laws. Let us live here with a renewed spirit of action. Together, we are the strength of this nation and the pride of our homes.
The Deputy Governor of the state, Noimo Salako Oyedele, highlighted numerous achievements of the current administration and confirmed the readiness of the people to reciprocate the President's effort through their support. She also expressed the people's backing for the Governor's senatorial ambition.
Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodu, they have done a lot for us. We are indeed very proud of them.
Earlier, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development in the state emphasized the significant role of women in nation building, noting that the current administration, both at the state and national levels, maintain a strong system of respect and support for women's development. She also announced a new empowerment initiative for women during the program.
As we celebrate our achievements today, we are reminded that the responsibility for a greater future rests not just on our shoulder. If we must sustain our rightful place within the present political ecosystem and place us in an enviable position of leadership, the responsibility lies on us.
Others highlighted the importance of the celebration and called for increased support for women at the grassroots level. They also urged the people to show appreciation for their leaders through continued support and prayers. Evelyn Izibili reporting for Beetv News.
Justice Erica of the Federal High Court in Abuja has affirmed the forfeiture of $13 million to the federal government of Nigeria. The funds were linked to legal socialite Aisha Achimugu and her company Ocean Gate Engineering Oil and Gas Limited. Delivering judgments, the Justice Court held that the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) had established that the foreign currency was the proceeds of fraud and other unlawful activities. The judge further noted that Ocean Gate Engineering Oil and Gas Limited failed to provide evidence explaining the source of the funds. He ruled that the EFCC satisfied all requirements for the money to be classified as proceeds of fraud and fortified to the appropriate authority. The court also dismissed claims that the $13 million constituted gifts received by Aisha Chimugu for the company. And now to the segment news, the word of business. The Nigerian equities market reversed its recent gains on Wednesday as profit-taking in major banking stock dragged the benchmark index lower and raised billions in investors' wealth. Data from the Nigerian Exchange Limited showed that the all-share index declined by 0.37% to close to 200,925.75%, resulting in a loss of 476.73 billion naira in market value, while the year-to-date return moderated to 29.12%. The report.
Investor sentiment remained cautious throughout the session, reflecting ongoing volatility and weak buying interest. Selling pressures was most evident in key stocks such as Zenith Bank PLC, United Bank for Africa PLC, Transcorp PLC, and Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, among others, which collectively weighed on overall market performance and pushed total market capitalization down to 128.98 trillion naira. Despite the bearish trend, some sectors posted gains, with the insurance index rising 0.76% and the consumer goods index advancing 0.38%, supported by stocks like Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC. However, the banking index fell by 0.98% due to sustained profit-taking, while the industrial goods index dipped slightly and the oil and gas index closed flat. Ms. Chukwujeku Aneke of the Federal High Court in Lagos has reinstated the Board of Union Bank of Nigeria PLC, ruling that the Central Bank of Nigeria acted beyond its statutory powers in dissolving the bank's leadership in January 2024. The court declared the intervention unlawful and inconsistent with the provisions of the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020. Delivering judgments, Justice Aneke held that the Apex Bank's action were ultra-vires and not in compliance with the law. The suit was filed by Titan Trust Bank Limited, Losses International DMCC, and Magna International DMCC, who identified themselves as the ultimate beneficial owners of the bank. The applicants challenged the CBN's dissolution of the board, appointment of new management, and initiation of a recapitalization process, arguing that these actions diluted their shareholding and excluded them from key decisions. In its ruling, the court nullified the intervention, quashed the CBN's public announcement, and invalidated all actions taken by the regulator-appointed management. The Coalition of Microlending and Cooperative Institutions in Nigeria has launched a 100 million naira joint loan facility to support small businesses and address financing gaps in the informal sector. The initiative, unveiled in partnership with Nate Microcredits, aims to expand access to capital for micro-entrepreneurs often excluded from traditional banking systems. The facility is designed to bypass strict collateral requirements by leveraging grassroots microlending institutions to reach undeserved populations. Funds will be channeled through participating microfinance institutions to ensure access at the community level. Speaking from the Commission chairman, Iredele Oyedele, Executive Director Michael Ogba said the coalition's network allows it to effectively serve those overlooked by commercial banks, empowering small business owners across the country. Naomi Ewere reporting from Beetv News.
Ruby Ojiako and her filmmaker husband Mark Madu have welcomed their first child together, a baby boy named Lotana Hazel Madu. The announcement was made via Instagram, where the excited father shared a heartwarming video introducing their newborn to fans and well-wishers. The report.
In the post, the couple expressed gratitude to God for the safe arrival of their son, describing him as a bundle of joy and a perfect gift. The proud father also revealed the child's full name, while their message reflected deep appreciation and happiness as they begin their journey into parenthood. The couple, who got married last year, had earlier announced they were expecting their first child in a video showing Ruby's baby bump. Since the news of the birth broke, fans, colleagues, and well-wishers have flooded their social media pages with congratulatory messages celebrating the family's newest addition. In another development, Kunle Remi has voiced strong concerns over Nigeria's ongoing fuel and energy crisis, criticizing rising costs, erratic power supply, and a perceived lack of accountability among leaders. Attributed her decision to both a demanding schedule and a shift in perspective over time. She noted that she has grown more comfortable in her body and is no longer focused on altering her appearance. Cardi B also reflected on how motherhood and life experiences have influenced her outlook, helping her embrace the natural changes in her body. Her remarks underscore a broader message of self-acceptance and confidence as she expressed feeling really comfortable and positive about herself. Fans have widely praised her honesty, with many viewing her decision as part of a larger trend among public figures who are choosing self-love over unrealistic beauty standards. And that's it on the entertainment news. Evelyn is simply reporting for Beetv News.
Victor Osimhen is expected to return from injury in time for Galatasaray's crucial Istanbul derby against Fenerbahce on April 26, according to reports. The striker has been sidelined after suffering a hand injury during a UEFA Champions League clash with Liverpool FC and has since undergone successful surgery in Istanbul. The 27-year-old is projected to miss several features, including matches against Trabzonspor and Gençlerbirliği, as he continues his recovery. However, he's targeting a comeback for his high-stake derby, a feature that would prove decisive in the Turkish Super League title race, with Galatasaray currently leading the standings. Osimhen, who has been in outstanding form this season with 19 goals and 7 assists in 29 appearances, has expressed confidence in his history return and his team's title ambition. His availability for the derby is seen as a major boost for Galatasaray's push to secure the league title. And that is the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us on Beetv Major News at 6. I am Evelyn Zibili. Thank you and have a good night.